Well, of course I want the Pacers to win, but man, if you do it in 6, that means 3 games in Indianapolis. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. That means the cash. But exactly what is the economic impact that comes? Chris Gall joins me right now, Executive Vice President, Chief Marketing Officer of visitindy.com. We take a look at the fact that you had Pacers and Racers, which brought a lot of attention to the city. That brings us to the Pacers in the NBA Finals, which is all going to lead to the WNBA All-Star Game here in Indianapolis. It is a nice 1, 2, 3 kind of punch. You could talk to me about if you've seen an increase, what the increase has been because of this. But when you take a look at the finals for the NBA, what is the projected impact? How do you prepare for that?
Tony, good morning. Thanks for having me on. It's really hard to estimate what the finals will bring to our city. There's so many factors at play. However, we know in looking at hotels and what type of rates they can command over the home games during the finals, when we looked at Airbnb data heading into the finals, there's been a double-digit increase in occupancy, hotel occupancy, Airbnb occupancy, and about a 25% increase in the hotel rate. So that's a lead indicator for us that fans are coming, visitors are coming, and they're able to spend a little bit more money here in the capital city.
What pushes you guys more? Like part of your look, as I understand it, is future looking. So do you see these events as marketing tools for the future, and how do they? Let's start there. How do they get applied if you do?
And that's part of the economic impact, Tony. I'm glad you brought that up. Each and every major sporting event, including these NBA Finals games, we activate seats in the stands and invite prospective meeting planners, people who have never booked Indianapolis. We invite them to come in as our guests to see this game. And whether they're a Pacers fan or an OKC fan, the novelty of coming to an NBA Finals game in Indianapolis is a hot ticket. And so we are putting people into places. Some of these are medical meeting decision makers, tech and bio-life science meeting decision makers. They'll be our guests. They'll see the game, but they'll also see the city behind the finals, and that is invaluable as we look to try to turn their attention to book convention business into the future.
Talking to Chris Gall, Executive Vice President, Chief Marketing Officer for visitindy.com. When you're bringing somebody in and we're buying their ticket, we're letting them see the game, what kind of spend are you hoping for?
Well, ultimately, some of these major conventions and meetings can bring tens of millions of dollars to the capital city if they book and when they book Indianapolis. And then the leisure visitor, Tony, on average, about $300 per person per day. For an NBA Finals, for a hot ticket, for the summer months when school is out and the disposable income is being invested and spent, that could surge up to $400 to $500 per person per day. And that's really coming off 2024, which was a record-setting year for Indianapolis tourism. And as we look at all of our metrics, all of our key performing indicators, thus far, halfway through the year, it is looking to be another incredibly busy year for the capital city in terms of tourism, and all the metrics are skyrocketing up. You mentioned Racers and Pacers, WNBA All-Star Game. It's just setting up to be another really blockbuster year for Indy tourism.
But we don't have a number that if we have a finals, as we do, and we get 3 games in Indianapolis, that's going to mean X. We don't have a number yet of what we think that is, a projection, a thought, an idea, throw a dart at the board.
If we were to do kind of the pre-game, pre-finals estimate, based on all the indicators we're looking at, it's probably $50 to $60 million when it's all said and done, when all the components shake in and shake out. And that's a very conservative number. That takes into consideration only 2 games. If you get a 3rd game, if you get more people visiting, all the support staff, all the visitors who don't even have a game ticket but just want to be part of the action and tune in at a bar or restaurant in downtown Indianapolis, that spending will definitely increase. So we'll be anxious to see if we get 2 games, maybe 3 and win at home. There's also the broadcast media exposure of these nationally televised games coming in and out of commercials that's invaluable when you're in the business of selling and marketing a city like we do at Visit Indy.
Talking to Chris Gall, Executive Vice President, Chief Marketing Officer of Visit Indy. We have other things going on. We mentioned, of course, the WNBA All-Star Game, which is going to be huge. We've got the swim trials for the Olympics. We're rebuilding a swimming pool at Lucas Oil. We're doing this again.
We're doing it again. The Indiana Sports Corps and USA Swimming and Lucas Oil Stadium teaming up again. 2028, an Olympic year, and we're going to put swimming pools back in Lucas Oil Stadium, which is now being emulated by cities like LA, and we're proud to steer that back to Indianapolis.
So this is all sports, how we built this city. I have made the argument that we need other things. We need the arts. We need other things happening in the city. As Visit Indy, do you rely on the sports things to shore up the convention business? Is it just our downtown proximity to other things downtown that shores up that convention business? Or are there other things we should be looking at, things to bring in outside of that sports world to help people realize this is the place to be?
Well, sports has been a long time calling card for Indianapolis, and it continues to pay off and turn the attention of people to our city. I'll tell you what, Tony, over the last decade, 2014 to 2024, we've booked 353 medical meetings. And that's been an emphasis for us at Visit Indy to try to get more medical meetings into Indianapolis. And so we're proud that those pieces are putting into place. So when you can layer in sports and medical meetings and conventions and international trade shows, we've seen an interest in trade shows that have a large international European delegation because of the new nonstop from Indy to Dublin. That's been helpful in putting other pieces into place. But to your point, to be successful from a tourism perspective, sports is the foundational block. You look at medical meetings, bio-life science meetings, and then leisure tourism, which is often maybe underlooked and hear from listeners because you think of Indianapolis from a convention and major sporting event perspective. Every day, especially during the summer months, we have people arriving by car for leisure trips. Chicago, St. Louis, Detroit, Nashville is an emerging market for Indianapolis, St. Louis, Columbus, Ohio. People come here to see the world's largest children's museum, to see a player performance, to see Colts summer camp as that lights up. And so even last night for the Pacers game, the watch party at Gamebridge Fieldhouse, families arrived to come check into hotels and check out Gamebridge as part of leisure tourism.
That is Chris Gall right there, Executive Vice President, Chief Marketing Officer, visitindy.com. I appreciate taking the time, man. Talk to you soon. Matt